Today is August 16th, 2021. I made a mistake on the earlier phone call video that saying it was the 14th, but today is Monday, August 16th. And I am trying to get some very important phone calls done, taken care of, because somebody has either the call is either about advocating for me or it's a false report, and it's bringing problems to where I go for my health care needs, and it's doing some damage. And so he said he was called in on a meeting, and we've had Pfizer. The FDA is investigating stolen medicines, and so I'm trying to find out if this is what's going on, what can we do about it, and who needs to be notified.
Thank you for calling the Oklahoma Family.
Had the wrong phone number.
Recorded for quality assurance purposes. Our menu options have recently changed. Please listen carefully before making your selection. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time. If you are a physician or a physician's representative, press 1. For hours, location, or fax number, press 2. If you are a new patient, press 3. To schedule an appointment or to speak with a patient service representative, press 4. Oklahoma Family Wellness Center, this is Victoria.
Hi, Victoria. My name is Miss Client, and he contacted me and was telling me about some things that he was spoken to about, brought into a meeting on. And he stated that he really did not know that if it was an advocacy or someone is making a false report. I have been with David before he came to this clinic. So I've been with him for several years. And he knows the type of work that I'm involved in, my background in medicine, and that I work with cases with state and federal, even other areas. And I've told him, made a promise to him, and Desiree knows this, that I think the world of this clinic, and I will absolutely have his back and your back. I will do, if there's anything that comes up, anybody try to cause any problems or whatever, I will do everything in my power and my affiliations to help protect this clinic, because I've seen the doctors that you guys have recently been bringing in, and I have known them, I have researched them, and very excited, very, very excited that you all are able to be able to get these phenomenal, great doctors in. And I want to keep this going. So I want to tell you what's going on to further assist him, because there's some really serious problems, and there is one that has arisen that I want to tell you his name. If you got a pen and paper.
Okay.
His name is Martin Thomas, and MART as in Tom, IN as in Nancy, Martin Thomas, like the male's name, T as in Tom, H-O, M as in Mary, A-S.
Okay.
All right, now he is one of the investigators. He's an investigator with the Food and Drug Administration. I filed, well, I have worked with various pharmaceutical companies over the years, and I have done cases for for them for many different types of pharmaceutical companies. And there is a there was a product that was manufactured by Pfizer pharmaceutical company. My doctor, David Spiegel, David. Now I am hospice level, and I was put on hospice in September 2020, and it was I've been bad for a little while, and David is the reason why that I am still here and I'm still able to be involved and advocate and do things. Um, there's a medicine Demerol that when I go to the ER, that's what they give me. That's what I have to have, and we've got all the correct documentations on this. Everything's been good. I've worked with the DEA, and besides, even those beyond Oklahoma, and so all paperwork, everything is up to date on money as it should be. Now, Pfizer, I had received these 25 milligram vials, and it's supposed to be name brand Demerol because I cannot take any generic pain medication. That's been proven to me, shown and revealed to me by some of the best specialists in the field. And there came a time when I needed the injection. It was either do that or I'm in the emergency room. I do have home nurses. I've had home nursing for about the last 3 years, I think. April. So, like I said, all paperwork, everything is as the state, federal require of it. And I know this medicine and what it should be doing, and it did nothing. I contacted Pfizer. I have to, I go through all the protocols. I inform them. They get me to the department that handles this, and they assign a case number and phone number to which that I've kept, that I've always given to David and or Desiree or whoever the nurse may be at the time. That any and all these cases, because ones that are even good, that I always call back and let them know that how their product is working. And Pfizer sent me a container, and I sent samples of their product back to them, and it did not have Demerol in it. And so, of course, that at the end of the year, every pharmaceutical company is required by the federal government to submit any and all phone calls and any adverse or benefits of every medication that they manufacture. They they have to have this. And so, of course, we are meeting that deadline. And so right now, I am involved in this case. And those that have interest in this, we are wondering that if the meeting that he was talking about, if it had to do with this case, and making sure that you guys are up to date in knowing what's going on, and that um, my big reason, the number one reason to talk with you is I want you to help me to protect David, to have his back, because there are things being done that one day in a conversation, April, he says to me, he says, I feel like I'm being harassed, Mara. And I said, yes, David, I agree. I feel like that they're harassing you too. And I ended up firing some companies like Angels Home Nursing because they refused to follow his direction in treating my mother. And because they did that, they almost killed her. We had to get her out of Elk City and into, she lives a long way away now because of what they did. Because, he tried to get her on oxygen. She was down to 80. The insurance approved for the oxygen, approved for everything, and the medical supply equipment, Lincare and Western, refused to deliver it. The nursing company refused to get it here. And this went on from the biggest point right before December 23rd and into 2021. I had to buy the oxygen machine to save my life. And so, yes, I told him, I said, yes, I agree. I don't know why that this, there are just, there are, well, here about 2 years ago, a group that I'm with in pain advocacy, it was in 2018, we were able to prove and literally catch the person red-handed that worked for the DEA that was literally harassing doctors who wrote pain medications. And we hadn't, the doctors were complaining about it. A lot of us were, but we had never been able to prove it. We finally did it. And so we're gaining grounds. We're getting ground. It might be this. This might be the reason why that they refuse to follow his orders, because I tell you, David is very intelligent. I think very highly of him. I hold 2 records in medicine, and I know a good doctor, medical professional. I know one when I see and I listen to one, and he's very good. And I don't want to see anybody mistreating him, because I tell you, my mother would have died if it wasn't for him. And if I get a little emotional, April, I have been her caregiver for 24/7 for a long, long time. And my mother, I don't have her here with me all the time, and I really miss her a lot, a lot. I might not get to see her again. Okay, so this is a big deal. What's happened? I've lost nursing. I've had to go to a different nursing company. A lot of things. We were being harassed. We really were. And so, anyway, now um, Pfizer was supposed to send David the test results. And I feel like that, time is, it's hard to talk with doctors and stuff when they got patients. And so I didn't have time enough to ask him, that if it was that he got the test results from Pfizer, um, if this is more of what's going on, because we really don't know at this point if the shipments are being hijacked from the manufacturer to the pharmaceutical, companies, or, whether it's hospital or, outside, or if this being done in the pharmacy, or if it's actually being done in the manufacturing company, and we just found out that somebody's switching it there. Um, this is kind of having a repercussion on me, David. Uh, I do not want to lose David over what is going on, because pharmaceutical companies, some people are just not willing to work with others. We can get this lined out if they would just work get this taken care of, and we know that the medicine is where it should be. And right now I have contacted Medicare. They sent me to a special division. I've been having problems with my prescription company called Silver Script. Okay,
Yeah.
it is my it is the insurance company. Yes,
Right.
the prescription insurance company. All right. Now they also have Caremark. Hey, now here's what's happened. I've got recordings of where they've said. Now this is before the Pfizer, before that case came along. This is before that. Um, they had called me when we were reauthorizing my Demerol. David and I had decided, because of the problem. No, this is at that time. Because of the problems, yes, this was after Pfizer. Because of the problem, we are going to go through mail order. So it'll be through my prescription company, which would turns out to be CVS. CVS says, okay, they've got things set up so that they can fill the prescription and mail it to me. All they need is for my doctor to fax them a script. So I contact Desiree. I tell her, okay, we got it all. We got it up to here. Everything's good. Everything as it should be. This is what they're requesting. So that day, David sends a script. Well, then I think the next day or two, I get a text message sent to me, and that's the way they do it, with a number telling me that I have this Demerol prescription they received the prescription, it is filled, and it is on its way, and it will arrive between the 18th and the 21st. So, even before that, I was calling every day, given that number, and the answer was always yes, it's on its way, it'll arrive between those dates. Like I said, every day on the 21st, same phone call, same answer. No show the medicine. So I contact, which is, I think that was on a Friday, so it was on a Monday. I contact my insurance company. I've been with them for 20 years. They have been very reliable, very, very good. Think very highly of them. I have referred them more than anybody. And all of a sudden, there is nothing about the medication. Hypro, everything was wiped out, as if that never existed. It never happened. Okay, now we go to the next protocols. We got a lot to go through here. Where did this go? And I have been making the phone calls to state insurance commission. I am talking with Medicare about this. I have recordings of this. I also have a recording, April, of that they tell me that my mother, a medicine that she's been taking for a long time, they've never filled it. And we had to wait. It was a couple of days after she got the script that I'm calling, trying to find, can we get this filled? They don't have any information on it whatsoever. None of the recertification, acceptance, nothing. So I tell my mom, well, I got them on the phone, go up and see if that prescription won't get filled. She had a car accident in March 1999. I we know. And 15 minutes, the representative says, "Well, this shows that it's just been improved in the field." We've been telling you. Now you need to get the security. We need headquarters in on this. Why are you guys having missing information? And actually, that was on the pain medicine too. Where is this going to? What's going on here? So, April, I have been very, very busy in contacting state and federal and all the various offices. I am very angry that they scammed David. I am. I want to see some torturing going on right now. I really want to hang some people for doing this to him and doing this to this clinic. And I would absolutely, I'm going to be coming in towards the end of the month, and I will absolutely come in early where we could sit down, we could go over things, that we have time for this, because I don't want to see not one more thing like this go on. Not one more thing. And protect the other doctors, letting them know that we've got some issues that have been allowed to go on too long, that well, we just keep trying to iron out the problems.
I do see that you're coming in on the 31st. Is there like any message to you for people or anything like that?
Well, let's see. I've got a couple of calls in, message to Desiree. I just had my nurse come in, and I was telling her about exactly what we're talking about, especially the last one. And I had left a message about faxing the nursing company the the case number, phone number, stuff that I had submitted, to get that over to them, because I'm in a recertification right now. And so they have faxed some paperwork over to Desiree, to Dr. Spiegel last week. They're trying to get me reapproved. I didn't get to see the nurse all last week. She did give me a courtesy visit this week, and to tell me about that they're been trying to get the paperwork back, but they haven't got it. They don't know whether, maybe they're failing in the faxing, the sending, or what's going on. And so I left a message about getting those paperwork over. Hey, Fro, would you please, on my behalf? Now, we tried a medication that I'm allergic to, but it was back in the late 80s. And the allergy of it was I ended up with a migraine. I couldn't take it. But it is a very good anti-inflammatory medication. And it is incredible how it helps the intestines. My intestines, I have they're in very bad shape. And the one thing that the sulfa medicine would do to me would be feeling like putting cooling cream on the insides of my intestines. And my inflammation is, I'm really in serious trouble right now. And so David is really going to bat for me. And I really want him to know that I know that he's doing this. And the number one choice was the sulfa medicine. And I said, even though that I haven't had that allergic adverse reaction to it, I really want to give this a try. And I have perforations in my digestive system. And so there are, of course, it's what's not being contained in the intestines. It's into my body. It goes into the organ and pathways that it's not meant to. And we had no way of knowing this. I had no way to even consider this. And it was literally like that I had drank Drano or something. And I was even coughing up blood, which is, I've got a lung problem that David has been very good in helping me battling the constant infection, and got me on a home nebulizer, home treatment, breathing treatment, everything, tablets. It's going very well. Hey, bro, tell him that I am grateful for him and for you all. Tell him I do not want to lose him, and let him know that I'm keeping my word. I'm fighting. I'm not letting this, I'm not going to not fight against this. I'm going to fight till I'm gone. I don't know how much more time I've got, but until then, sister, I'm the first woman to be aroused about foreman in the history of American oil field. April, I did it. First woman. I ran crews building oil fields in the early to mid 80s. First woman to do it. So I'm one of these sisters that I'm going to die with my boots on.
Well, I'll definitely remake that. And yes, we'll make sure that we address the equipment on the screen. I'll just make some notes in here and let them know that you could a little bit about some different medication too. And anything else?
Yes. Because I don't want him. I know that he's feeling this way. I could tell, and I was trying not to. I was trying to take that out of him. That it wasn't. It's not his fault. I chose it. What happened, I'm not upset about. It was my decision, because he's backing off from me, and I don't want him to quit on me. I want him to, if he would, just hang in there. I'm with Doctors with Courage. It's a group that built by a bunch of doctors that are fighting against all the stuff that is being done, harassment towards doctors who are helping with pain management and helping to care for doctors, and other advocacy pain groups. I do. I'm been guest speaker on countless medical talk radio shows. We can.
You are Tamara?
Yes. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, it's awesome.
Oh, well, thank you. I would love to introduce you to Heather Martin. She has one that there's a radio station that allows her to have a couple hours free time here and there, and especially next time. She's always going, you are my favorite go-to person. If somebody suddenly can't make it, she says, I know I can count on you. I'll give you a holler and tell you when I'm on. Introduce you to all these other sisters and brothers that we're all in this movement, fighting, protecting our medical professionals at our medical facilities. Heather, if there's anything that I could do for you, my phone number, I want to give you this private line.
Okay.
580 2 times. I don't have any set schedule. So it doesn't matter. Give me a call. Anything I can do, anything that you need, I will see to it. best of my ability. Thank you,
Yeah,
April.
sure. Thank you so much, Tamara. We'll see you on the 31st then, okay?
Okay, April. Thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye, Haddon. That went the way that I hoped, wanted, and needed it to. And I probably should not make this to reveal this. But the people need to know the truth. And they need to know who's getting slammed, who's doing what. Because this is a really good medical clinic. And I don't want to see anything bad happen to them. And they are being very harassed. There is a hospital within half a football field it's a hospital. It has an updated MRI. You knew everything, but they won't image his clients, and I'm one of them. So, I'm gonna put this out there in truth. And those of you who live in Elk City, Sayre, Clinton, and Weatherford, especially in Elk City, if you want to show the world the people that I have so loved and people have enjoyed my stories about Elk City, Oklahoma is my roots. My relatives and the grandfathers, great great grandfathers, great and great great grandfathers, and etc., helped build this from Dust Bowl, Oklahoma. Goodnight, Texas. Colonel Goodnight is a relative of mine. I know the original rooted families here. And I know what has come in here because you guys just heard what has come in here. It is trying to come in here even more, and we need to band together. And the thing of it is they're going transparency. Transparency. We demand transparency. And if you're really going to stand up for what's right, then you're going to have to name names. I sure would like to see on my Facebook page, facebook.com, Higher Ways Woman, higher, like going higher, ways, WAYS, woman, Higher Ways Woman. Come see me, pass this around. Let's get this to the advocacy groups. This is what's going on. This is what I'm doing because there are things that are being stolen, so it makes it look like I'm not really doing anything. Because let the law that I am responsible for it existing, I'm its creator. I worked with Mike Hunter, who is Oklahoma Attorney General. Beth Medford, she's the one I spoke to about anesthesiology, that in the United States, we specialize in that. And you get a degree in it. And they're called anesthesiologists when they get their degree. Nobody knows how to manage pain than anesthesiologists. And when you open up pain clinics, you need an anesthesiologist. You should not be having a general medical degree running a pain management clinic. That's fraud. That's why that those who are doing this have hurt very good people in the medical fields and brought so much suffering on the people. So, I am hospice. May 6, 2021, I think that's the exact day. Might be the 8th. $3,100. Look up on my Yahoo account for Satanic Mechanic. Did not fix the damaged brakes. I paid $3,100 to have my truck mechanically sound by Satanic Mechanic Sam Johnson of Sayre, Oklahoma. And on my maiden trip home, that I'm finally, after nearly 2 decades, driving my truck, is when I parked it, was the last attempt made on my life. Puncture lines in the power steering hose ran off into a dry riverbed. I parked it. I don't like adults on top of autistic children. And I couldn't turn away and I couldn't walk away. So I parked my truck. So they went after my mother, started loosening her lug nuts twice. But fortunately, I was driving. So my truck, I can't drive it because the only way that I had the money was the stimulus checks and take the money that I have left in my bank account at the end of the month, which is if you hear an announcement of a shortage on $5 bills, you'll know who has them. Took me years. And I was finally going to drive this truck that my mother, she didn't have the money to buy it. She bought it. She didn't have the money. It's a beautiful truck. Was. And I thought I was going to get to drive it. My mother is not here with me, as you heard. They tried to kill her. They were at Clinton, Oklahoma, Angels Home Nursing Care, Western Medical Supplies and Equipment, Lincare Medical Supplies and Equipment, stopped medical equipment, medical care in Clinton, Oklahoma, which is about 20 miles due straight east of Elk City. I had to get my mother out of here to save her life. She'd be dead. She would be dead. She would have died in February 2021. When the ER doctors, where we got her to, said, took you a long time to get this sick. It's going to take a while before you get to start to feeling better. If we can do that good. That's what they did. Well, ha ha ha. I got my mother out of here. You didn't get to kill her. But this is what is going on. And if they are doing this to my mother, then I know we are not the only ones. And when I go out in public, I have people coming up to me all the time talking with me. They know that I know what goes on. So, everyone, I'm going to entrust this to you. And would you, in return, would you please lift me and my loved ones up in prayer? Would you please lift us all up, this situation up in prayer? And if you would, send this video everywhere. Get it to the media stations, the newspapers, the investigative journalists. Get it out there. Because I have been in this fight for a very long time, and I have caught, because of catching this right here, that problem's lined out. As far as I know, it's lined out. So you and your loved ones are more than likely getting the medication you're supposed to be getting, and you're not suffering. Because I, Miss Talara, Catherine Dawn Masters, as the world knows me by, and higher ways woman, if it was not for me, then there are medications that you need as badly as a diabetic needs their insulin or a cardiac patient needs their nitroglycerin. It is that important. Those of us who are patients in this area, our medicines are as important to us as all those are to the others. Make no mistakes about it. Medicine never has. The only ones who have altered it are the ones who want it for themselves, and there are those, it is true, who only want to see the world burn. A whole lot of that going on, isn't it? This is an opportunity. I've helped a lot of people all over the world find loved ones, saved their lives, healed them, helped them. I've done it. I've done it. Go on my Facebook, start asking people about it. Ask about Planewalker. You go on my Facebook, ask people about who Planewalker is. And you'll get even a deeper understanding how long I've been at this. Because we haven't gotten over that women are not allowed to have their names attached to their work, their creation, their discovery. You might think we're that far, but we're really not, because in 1980, I had a 4-year basketball scholarship to a major university in Chicago, Illinois. 1980. The only problem with that pre-college education was that in 1980, we were not equal to a man. I had to have a parental signature. My parents were divorced. I was living with my dad, and I didn't know where my mother was. And my father was of that opinion, that mindset, that wrote that type of laws and said that outside the house, there's only one job for a woman. What's that, Dad? To be a secretary. Now you know why I'm the first woman who was a roustabout foreman in the history of American oil, gas, and oil fields. What y'all think about me now? Hmm? I sure would like to have some of those men come and tell me about how I shouldn't be doing this, and I better fall in line, and I better let them take the lead. And what do I mean by somebody disrespecting you because you're a woman? That's not a legitimate complaint. We do not accept that. Justifiable homicide. That law has had prejudices, too many prejudices. There are too many people who are prejudiced against a very legitimate law, justifiable homicide. Like Jeff Foxworthy said, they need to bring back he need killing law. And he says, he says that's where judge goes, next. So why did you kill him? Why he needed killing? Okay, next case. We need to be not so prejudiced against that law. So if you will, everyone, you want to make a big difference. You want to help? This right here, I am the creator and owner of NOETH, National Organization for the Ethical Treatment of Humans, NOETH, and WOETH, WOETH, World Organization for the Ethical Treatment of Humans. When they really came after me and bankrupted me and caused my truck to be sitting for about 2 decades, they also took down those 2 human rights organizations. Just when I was really working, became very good friends with one of the UN human rights leaders. So, you want to support? I need the help. I need people who can help get phone calls done, put some videos together, help me edit it. This kid just might be able to pull it off. What I was shown when I died in October 92, but God and Christ and them, an opportunity to leave an establishment where all the healing arts work together, all of them, medical intuitives, empaths, yoga, and all of them together. I was shown that. This could be the video to do it, because I really am not. You could say where I'm at, I'm knocking on heaven's door. If you want good things to happen, because I know what I'm doing, and if I get the right support, it's going to work so well. You literally are going to go, how come not sooner? Because it's literally going to hardly take any resources to do it. Honestly, it's going to take very little resources. The biggest resource that is needed is I need the globe for them to hear it and awaken to it. Because the minute that y'all hear it and you go, it's going to go right to the government, and it will settle all of it. Pain medicines restored. Respectable medical treatment. Respectful. You are respectful of these people. They are not patients. They are clients. That was a law created in January of 2000. I read it. It went into effect that year, that month. And the law states because of the internet and people having access to medical information, the people are very well informed, very well educated, that they are no longer patients, they are clients. We have become that intelligent and knowledgeable that they are equal to us. We are clients. Like a person that goes in and is a client at a store or a client at an attorney. We're supposed to be called clients. And that word needs to be used. And the other one is outlawed. Don't use it because it has this God over ape mentality. You understand? Okay. I got to stop because, as you've heard, and as you're starting to hear, I can only work for so long. Thank you all who have been very so supportive of me and helping me along, because there's times when the toxins in the body, there is nothing that I can really do. What happens when those toxins build up, I can even be out of character or do things that when I get to feeling better and I'm getting this cleansed out of my body and I'm feeling better and I go, oh dear God. But you know what inspires me, everyone, is the younger generations. I have never in my life seen nor be so proud of these kids. You do not body shame. You do not shame somebody because they are not what you think that everybody should be. And I tell you, they will come after you with a vengeance. Bully for you all. There's the sisters and the brothers. You see sisters and brothers like that, you get with them. You make them part of your tribe, your club. Among the most beautiful things that I have seen and I know about these younger generations. And I know because of that, let me put it this way, because of that, because you all don't tolerate anybody doing that, I know you will protect me from that. You'll be understanding and you'll be supportive of me. And I know I am safe with you. All of you. Thank you for that. I feel gifted. Like that's a gift from our younger generations. And all you adults that are around my age, I want you to pay attention to what I just said. And I want you to start looking at them like this, because I don't want to see another young one laying on the street. I don't want to see another homeless one. I don't want to see any more what I'm seeing. We have so many buildings and we have the resources to have shelter, a right whose shelter. We have it. And we know who's got it. And we know they stole it. And we are no longer going to tolerate, withstand keeping it from us. The law is and will be working both ways from now on. Time for them to give back what they stole. Everybody will have a home, and everybody will have a right to food. And all this destruction will stop. I love this world. It's a beautiful world. Take care, everyone. I look forward to meeting you and hopefully working with you and helping you however I may be able to.